Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Life in Motion. I'm your host, Grace Becker, and I am so excited. I'm feeling really, really motivated. I have a few episodes I just planned out, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for you all to see what I have for you. And today's episode is one of the 3 that I was working on. I'm really, really excited. If you can't tell, you're probably like, girl, we get it. You are excited. We get it. We understand. But I am. I hope you are all doing so good today. I am what did I do today? I went to work. I came home. I made some food. Have you guys ever had that prosciutto spinach pizza from Trader Joe's? Oh my god, I don't have a Trader Joe's nearby, like next to me, but I have one about 4 hours away from me, so I have to drive to get to Trader Joe's. Or if I know someone who's going to the cities, I'm like, hey, could you pick me up some stuff? But I don't really do that. It feels odd to me. I do sometimes have friends bring me stuff. Like my friend Merritt brought me some of those Trader Joe's Takis. So good. Oh my gosh, whoa. My ADHD is popping off. At first I was talking about what I was doing today, and then I was talking about my pizza, and then I started talking about my Takis. That was crazy. Ben's probably laughing at me because I have those moments quite often. And we're back. Hi, everybody. But yeah, now I'm joined here today with all of you for another episode. And I'm really excited to get into it. So I think that is exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to get right into it. And today we're going to be talking about how to get out of a rut, aka if you're feeling stuck, if you feel like you're in a little bit of a funk. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I do be getting in ruts. I kind of feel like I'm in one a little bit now, especially with my physical health and my dieting and my wellness era. I feel that I was doing really, really good at that for a long time, and then I just kind of slipped somewhere. I don't know. I think I just fell out of a different routine and fell into some random one. There also has been a lot going on lately with all of the moving and packing, planning for Europe, and buying a house, and it's just been crazy. Doing my job, doing this podcast. It's been wild. So I have definitely felt that getting stuck in a rut before. And so for some people, I was going to say those who've never been stuck in a rut, but if you haven't, Godspeed, my friend, because good for you. But to be stuck in a rut kind of means to feel trapped in a dull or unfulfilling routine. And if it feels like you're kind of going through life's motions, aka life in motion, but without really any excitement or growth or purpose, sometimes that just is what it feels like. And ironically, the thing that you're, going through, the lack of excitement and growth and purpose and all those things, are exactly the kind of things that I personally believe, and I've heard a lot of people say this, those are the things that are just beyond this rut feeling, because you don't have it, right? It's it's gone, it's not there. So when you do get it back, it's like this whole awakening of just good vibes and excitement and growth and opportunity and prosperity and purpose, all the good things in life. And I'm personally so excited for when that can happen to me, because I feel like I am in that rut right now, and I'm feeling really motivated talking to you guys. I feel like I'm nerding out a little bit, low key. But I'm so excited to just, finally get out of my personal rut with all of that. And I know I talked about a few episodes back some of my own personal ruts that I have been in with my body dysmorphia and negative body image. And that has just been really weighing on me lately. So I'm really excited because I feel like I'm about to figure my shit out. For real. Okay, so talking more about what it is being in a rut. So things that can make you feel like you're stuck in a rut is doing the same thing day over day, like job, chores, habits, different things like that. Like you go to your night, you wake up, you go to the gym, you go to your 9 to 5, you bring the kids to school, and then you pick up the kids from school or daycare or wherever, and you go home and you have lunch. Maybe you go for a walk. Maybe you do this, you do that. You get ready for bed. It's like the same routine over and over and over again. And that is a quick way to get into a rut. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of ironic to me that I say this, because getting in a routine is often what therapists will recommend to clients. I can't tell you how many times I've had a client talk about how they feel really, anxious, or they have, ADHD, they struggle to focus. Maybe they struggle with impulsivity or loneliness or whatever's going on. And I will often recommend, let's work on a routine for you. Like, let's get comfortable with this. Let's find the things that can, ground us so that we can also work on our mental health. Like being grounded is so important as you go through life's processes and working through things. So I just find it ironic that the exact thing that therapists will prescribe is the exact thing that can create these ruts for you. And I just find that really fascinating. I feel like I just unlocked something with that. Maybe I'm gonna write a book. Y'all never know. Okay, wait. That would be a really good book idea. What's the word? Copyright it. I copyright it. No one steal it. LLC, whatever everything is. No one steal that idea. Watch, there's already a book already on that. Okay, ADHD. So in this rut, right, doing the same things every day. So there's also repetition of feeling like time is passing, but nothing is really changing. Sometimes that one can get me, it can hit me really deep. Like life is just going on and I'm missing it. Especially if I'm on social media and I see all the highlights of people's lives, and they're on this trip to Cabo and they're on this trip to New York. Or when they're in Paris, people are going to concerts, people are eating good food, people are going on dates, going out with friends, doing all these different things. And I'm like, wow, I really feel like I'm missing out on life. But I do have to remember that is people's highlights, and is that realistic all the time? I don't know. Maybe not for most people, but for some, maybe. So those are kind of some of the things that can feel like equated to feeling like you're stuck in a rut. And a lot of this has a heavy stagnation to our mental and emotional health. And so this can create a lack of motivation or passion. Feeling stuck in a rut, it's just like, I don't want to do it. I have no motivation to get through it. I feel like there's no purpose to it. Like, what is even the point, especially because I don't feel motivated, or, vice versa. It also can create this uncreative, numb, distant kind of identity with a person's goals and their values and just being a person, because humans can be really lively and creative and very connected, but when you're stuck in a rut, you feel very much the opposite. So it can have that severe effect on a person's mental health and emotional health, and can even lead to diagnoses such as depression and anxiety and all these different things. And it can even kind of, for some people, maybe their rut lasts a week. For some people, maybe their rut lasts a whole month, or 5 months, or a year, or 2 years. It depends what type of a rut you're going through and how maybe deeply it shakes a value or a core belief, something like that, a very big part of your life. So it can really affect you. It can become very severe. It can also lead to a lot of frustration and hopelessness. So, you want something to change, but you feel unsure how to make it happen, or you feel too tired to try. So it's that urge of like, okay, I can recognize I'm in this rut. I can recognize that this is what I want, or this is what, I had, but you just feeling it. You're feeling that, but you just can't make it happen, or you just are simply just too exhausted or unmotivated to try. You might feel stuck in a job. You might feel stuck in a relationship. It could be like a location, an environment, or a mindset that no longer serves you, So sometimes when people do get into these routines, you have to look at what is included in your routine. Job, relationship, an environment that you're in. Maybe it's a mindset that you've held on to. And that alone, like being stuck in those different things, is enough to make a person really question their values within those categories, because those are all kind of categories of a person's life. And when you're feeling stuck and you're questioning things, right, you're just going through those emotions. It is frustrating, and it can create hopelessness. So often, like I said at the top of this episode, when you are feeling stuck, it is a sign that growth is needed. It's a sign to try something new, to learn something new, switch up your routine, something that will help you get out of a rut and make better decisions about yourself and your values and what you want for yourself in each of those categories. Common causes, some more causes is burnout, fear of failure or change, settling for the safe choice, lack of direction or vision, depression in some cases. So we can recognize that that's a whole lot of damn. Damn, Grace, like, are you trying to depress us all? So now that we can recognize some of the less great things that come with being stuck in a rut, there is also the opportunity to break out of said rut. So getting out of a rut means shifting from stagnation to momentum. So feeling really unmotivated, uncreative, and numb to feeling the very opposite. So getting yourself moving, getting something to change. Even if it's slow at first, and trust when I say this, trust me because I've been through it. I struggle with that stagnation, and if it's moving slow, I am so damn impatient. I am so impatient. Ask literally anyone that knows me. I can be impatient. I'm a Sagittarius. Accept me for who I am. So I'm impatient, and when you're feeling this way and you're working on getting out of a rut, it might be slow. It might be really, really slow. And just like how a rut could last, a week, a month, a year, so could the process. The process of getting out of said rut could also take a long time. So trust the process, And here is a breakdown of that process, how to do that from a therapist's perspective. So first thing, and I wrote all this down to kind of organize my ideas. My ideas all kind of come from my experience as a provider, as a therapist, in all of my years of education, and a lot of late nights, a lot of not overnighters, what are they called? All-nighters. All sorts of things. So that's why I'm like looking at my screen to see what I have written. So the first thing is to name the rut. Understanding the type of rut or area you're stuck in helps you to find the right tools to get out of it, to get out of that rut. So I want you to ask yourself these different questions. Is this rut an emotional sort of rut? Are you feeling apathy, burnout, low mood, different things that are tied to your emotion? Is this a situational rut? So is this tied to things like a job, a relationship, a living situation, a friendship? Is it a situational rut? 4, is this a mental rut? So is this maybe negative self-talk? Is this limited beliefs? Is this distorted beliefs? Distorted thinking? Or finally, is this a habitual rut? Is this an unhealthy routine? Is this avoidance? Is this you like skipping the gym and, eating a prosciutto, spinach pasta, pizza and chips and candy? Not me calling myself out. Is this a habitual rut? You know what I mean? So those are the 4 things: emotional, situational, mental, or habitual. So once you've named it, and it could be more than one too, by the way, it could be all. It could be 1, it could be 2, 3, 4, whatever. It could be a lot. But once you've named it, I want you to interrupt the routine. So starting today, the day's not over, the day's just begun, whether it's morning when you're listening to when this release, or if you're listening to afternoon or evening, like start today, start tomorrow. Do one small thing a different way. So here are some examples of how you could apply this. So when you're interrupting this routine, some things you could try is taking a new walking route. Maybe if you have gotten into the tendency of walking the same route all the time. 1, from a true crime lover's perspective, switch up the route so that people don't get you. And 2, it's a change of scenery, right? It's a change of environment. It's a new experience. 2, rearrange your room. I used to do this all the time when I was living in my old apartment in Moorhead. And I love rearranging a room because it just brings a whole new energy to a space, and it kind of invokes my creativity in a way. And it also does it for my cats too, which I love for them. So rearrange your room, try something new. Try a new breakfast, switch up your breakfast. I don't know about you all, but I have a tendency to have maybe like the same 5 breakfasts on rotation every year, minus the occasional here's like a pancake or a waffle with all these different things on it that I'll have when I'll go out for breakfast or something. But switch up your breakfast, switch up your lunch, switch up your dinner. Try a new genre of food. Like if you usually have like American style food, burgers, fries, try like a Korean cuisine. Try Italian food and get creative. Italian food is more than spaghetti and pizza. There's a whole world out there of flavors and styles and foods. Switch up the things you're eating. Switch it up. Work somewhere different for a day, especially for my stay-at-home people. I personally believe that people who work from home should have at minimum 2 places in their home that they can comfortably work from and that can switch up their routine. Because you're in the same place, you're in your room, let's say, in your on your desk in your room, and staying in that one environment is not good for your mental health, because people who work out of home at an office or something, or at a work site, they're getting out of their home environment. They're leaving that environment, moving somewhere different, and coming back. They're switching it up. But people who work from home, live from home, eat, sleep, shit from home, they are all always in the same environment. You need to change it up. So maybe you have your desk in your room, and then you have a little TV tray out in your living room. Maybe you have a coffee shop you like to frequent. Join a rewards program at a local coffee shop and go support a small business while also getting rewards and going there and treating yourself to a little sweet treat every now and then. You know what I'm saying? So I love that idea. And those are just a few ideas of things you could do. Some of these might sound kind of minor to some people. However, the small things really make a difference. And I honestly recommend starting small. So that gets me into my 3rd step. Take tiny but consistent steps. So don't wait to feel motivated. Just go. Action creates motivation. Action creates motivation. Motivation very rarely just comes from a place of stagnation. You need to move. You need to get out there, do something different. And this is where I'm going to give you a very short speech on discipline over motivation. If there is something you want, you need to be disciplined, because of course there are days I don't want to get up and go to the gym. Of course I have my days where I really don't want to plan out a podcast episode. Of course I have my days where, I really just don't want to go to work today. Everybody has those days. However, I just get up and I just do it. I just get the action. So don't wait, act. And how you can do this is by taking tiny but consistent steps. So break down goals into small, doable pieces. And you can even kind of like prioritize them. So break down goals into small, doable pieces. I personally, when I work about this with clients, I like to first create the big goal. Like, what is the end goal as of now? It can change along the way. Okay, identify that goal. What is something you are currently comfortable doing? Write that down. And from the thing you are currently comfortable doing all the way up to the goal, I want you to fill in little tiny baby steps on how you can reach from where you are comfortable now to the goal. And then I want you to actually start doing them. And you can move on step to step once you feel comfortable with the step you're currently on. So if I'm currently on step 1, I'm not going to move on to step 2 until I feel I have overcome step 1. And I'm not going to move on to step 3 until I feel like I have truly overcome step 2. Because otherwise, sometimes that can make a person regurgitate. Nope. Regress. Oh my gosh, Ben. Oh my goodness, I'm funny. I meant regress. Regurgitate. That's so funny. I wonder if I've ever done that in a session. Whoops, LOL. So we don't want to take too big of a step too soon, because it could make us regress. It can make us like lose all hope altogether, and go back instead of moving forward. So doing that. Take a minimum value habit. So you can, do stretching for 2 minutes, and then you can move up to 5 minutes and then 30 minutes. So these different goals that you set, it could be the same goal, just increasing or altering different valuables to it. So it could be a time thing. It could be a quantity thing, just get creative. And talk to your therapist about it. Then finally, you can set a 5-minute timer to just start something you've been putting off. So when you're not feeling motivated and action is what you're wanting, just set a 5-minute timer and do it. Like 5 minutes, like you were going to spend 5 minutes scrolling on your phone anyways. Like just set a 5-minute timer, go unload the dishwasher, go fold the laundry, just do it. A lot of times people love to fall into all or nothing thinking. So they're like, okay, either I have to fold my entire basket of laundry or fold none of it. No one ever said that, girl. You could fold 20 pieces of laundry and that would be just perfect. That'd be just fine, because it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can be something. That's all I'm asking for, is something. Because progress, even tiny progress, is what gets you out of your rut. Okay, and 4, reevaluate what you are doing and why. So getting back in line with your purpose. So you may be in a rut because your life no longer aligns with your values or needs. Ask yourself, what used to make me feel alive? What am I craving more of? Freedom, connection, creativity, growth. What am I tolerating that is draining me? And journal it out. Journal out those questions. Literally, pull out a journal, pull up a Google Doc, and figure it out, guys. We need to reevaluate and realign ourselves with what's important to us and why. 5th, talk it out. when in doubt, talk it out. I'm a therapist, so I love this one. Sometimes a rut is harder to escape alone. So it's nice if you can talk to a trusted friend, a trusted family member, if you can talk to a therapist, a life coach, anything. Even if you can talk to yourself. I'm talking to you all, but I'm kind of talking to myself too. Just me and all my personalities, just hanging out. So talk it out, even if it is just to yourself. Just speak it out into the universe, into the world. Okay. Number 6, feed your brain new inputs. So ruts are mental loops, and to break them, we need new inspiration. And how we can do that is we can find inspiration around us. We can listen to podcasts. Hey, sister. We can read books. We can watch movies, listen to music, watch a motivating video on YouTube. Find a way to get creative again. If you're an artist and maybe you practice one specific art, go to an art gallery and get motivated. If you are a cook, a chef, a baker, go to a bakery, go to a nice restaurant, get motivated again. Just feed your brain new ideas and it'll latch on to something. I just know it. I feel it. It's a scratch in my brain. I just know it. And then come back to me and tell me about it. And then number 7, create a micro vision. So instead of a 5-year plan, make a 2 weeks to 30 days plan. So kind of how I was talking about earlier with my, one thing you're comfortable with now, your goal, and then creating steps to it. You could create a similar plan, but put a time limit on it. Put okay, I have 2 weeks. Me personally, I have 3 weeks until Europe. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. I don't have to not work out, not prepare for my trip. I can choose to. So do that with my time. So I can set little goals in my 3 weeks that I have. It doesn't have to be a whole extravagant life plan that you have to have figured out, So ask yourself, what do I want to feel more of? And what is one thing I can try that motivates me towards that thing? So give it a try. Those are some things. So just really quick, we have, for breaking out of a rut, we have name the rut. We have interrupt the routine. We have take tiny, consistent steps. We have reevaluate what you're doing and why. And then we also have talk it out, feed your brain new inputs, and finally create a micro vision. Y'all got this. I believe in you all. And I just know some really amazing things are about to happen for you guys. Just trust the process, trust yourself, talk it out, do what you need to do. I hope this was helpful for somebody out there. Please share, share with friends, share with family. It's really helpful. Part of my passion project with this podcast and me breaking out of my rut was being able to give back and to get out and help some people. And I just love when I receive an email or I receive a DM on social media of how this podcast has helped someone. Oh, it just makes my day every single time. So please share it, like it, review it, all those lovely things. If you made it this far into the podcast, what emoji am I going to have you comment? I want you to comment a flower, because flowers grow, it rains, it shines, it pours, it snows, and flowers still grow. So comment a flower, please. Shout out to my editor, Ben. Thank you for all of your help with everything. If any of you want to get in contact with me, or if you want to, catch me on my social media, All of that's going to be in the description down below. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I upload a podcast every Thursday, so make sure to stay tuned in to hear all about life in motion. But until next week, embrace the chaos and find the beauty. Bye!